Patrick Surtain is your 2024 Defensive Player of the Year. This is your Denver Sports Daily for February 7th.
The biggest stories, the latest news. It's Denver Sports Daily.
The NFL honors ceremony was last night, and as expected, Pat Surtain won Defensive Player of the Year. Surtain now joins an elite group of only 7 people now of defensive backs who have won Defensive Player of the Year. He's joining Stephon Gilmore, Deion Sanders, Charles Woodson, Rod Woodson, Lester Hayes, and Mel Blount, an elite group. It's rare that a cornerback wins Defensive Player of the Year, and it just goes to show how great Pat Surtain is. It's incredible to watch, and in 2024, he had not only an outstanding season, but obviously a Defensive Player of the Year type season. Surtain was targeted 62 times and allowed only 37 receptions and added 4 interceptions on that. He held QBs to a passer rating of 58.9, which, to put into perspective, Anthony Richardson had the lowest passer rating in the league at 61.6. When he was targeted, he made QBs have the lowest passer rating in the league. If that's not DPOY, I don't know what is. And clearly, the voters don't either, because he won DPOY. Now, he is the first Broncos DPOY since Randy Gradishar, and those two are the only Defensive Player of the Years for the Broncos. And Gradishar won back in 1978. Now, there were 2 other Broncos that went to the honors who were nominated, who were in the finalists that didn't get it. That was Sean Payton for Coach of the Year. He ended up losing out to Kevin O'Connell for the Minnesota Vikings. And then Bo Nix ended up losing out to, obviously, Jaden Daniels. And again, can't hate on that. Any other season, Bo Nix is probably winning Offensive Rookie of the Year. But Jaden Daniels, that kid's a dog. He led his team to an NFC championship. You can't hate that. You got to watch it. You got to see greatness when it's there. And he had it. He deserves it. He more than deserves it. There's going to be no slander of Jaden Daniels on this show. More than deserving. But thankfully, Surtain was able to go out there and represent the Broncos and bring home some hardware. But now this, in 2024, Denver, Colorado, has had a Heisman winner, an NFL or an NBA MVP, a Hart Trophy winner, and now a Defensive Player of the Year. It's been a great year. It has overall. This has been a really fun year. You got all these awards coming in, putting Colorado on the map, and obviously it's been there with especially how good the Broncos have done this past season. All that's going to happen is upwards trend. That's all that's going to happen. The Broncos are going to start going up. The Nuggets are already there. The Avalanche are already there. A lot of excitement around the Buffs, and things like this just build excitement around this whole state, and it starts to, build a bigger presence, put it more on the map. So things like this mean so much more than just a piece of hardware going into the stadium or going home with Pat Surtain. So obviously, huge congratulations to Pat Surtain. Well deserved. Now, Super Bowl Sunday is just around the corner. It all comes down to this weekend when the Philadelphia Eagles take on the Kansas City Chiefs in Super Bowl 59. In a rematch of the 2022 Super Bowl, the Eagles are looking to get their revenge. And hopefully, I'm rooting for the Eagles here, hopefully stop the Chiefs from getting the first ever three-peat in the NFL. I will say, though, it would be a storybook ending to finish the three-peat to start the three-peat with the Eagles and finish it with the Eagles. If the Chiefs beat them on both ends, that's just unfortunate for the Eagles at that point. That's got to hurt. That's got to sting. Now, I do have Philly winning this game. Their team is stacked, offensive weapons from top to bottom. The defense is incredible. And if they can get their offense moving the way that they've been all season, it's going to give the Chiefs defense nightmares. But what I will say is that the Chiefs are the Chiefs. And if anybody can beat this Eagles team, it's them. The Chiefs have a great way of, closing out games. There are certain teams that lose close games, one-score games, and there are certain teams that win one-score games. And that's a big difference on if you're a bad team or if you're a good team. The Chiefs have one-score games and they win every single time. That's how they play. I can't hate on them for it being for coming down to the last play, because they win. They end up making plays. The first Broncos game of the season against the Chiefs, they made a play. The Chiefs made a play and took down the Broncos. And I can't hate on that. As much as that ending hurt me and it shocked me, I can't blame them. They saw what they needed to do. And that's the kind of thing that leads the Chiefs to being another Super Bowl winning team. If it's a close game, the Chiefs will win it. But if the Eagles can go out there and play like they did against the Commanders in the NFC Championship, that's a win for the Eagles. Now, the odds makers do have this as a very, very close game with the Chiefs favored by only 1 point. And kickoff is at 4:30 p.m. this Sunday. I can't wait to be back with you guys on Monday talking about it. And, obviously, the Super Bowl isn't as exciting as we've seen in the past. Not very many people want to see the Chiefs in it again, but it's still the Super Bowl. It's still the Super Bowl. Everybody's going to watch it. But moving on, the Nuggets got a big win last night against the Orlando Magic to extend their win streak to 5 games. Michael Porter Jr. once again led the Nuggets in scoring 30 points for his 3rd game in a row. He is the first Nugget in history to have 3 consecutive games of 30-plus points and 5 threes in each game. He has heard all the rumors about how he's inconsistent, about how he's not playing well, about how we should trade him. No, this is the kind of performance that you have when he's your 3rd option on the team, 3rd or 4th. I don't care where you put Aaron Gordon above or below him. If you have your 3rd option putting up 30 points for 3 consecutive games, that is a championship winning team. That is right there. MPJ took on that scoring load, but pairing that with another 28 point, 10 rebound, and 12 assist triple-double for Nikola Jokic, his 24th triple-double of the season. That was easily enough to handle the Magic, beating them 112-90. Just dominant. That's 5 games in a row now that the Nuggets have won. They are heating up. They got to keep this win streak going and keep climbing because this win helped push the Nuggets up. They are now 3rd in the West behind only the Oklahoma City Thunder and Memphis Grizzlies. Now, the Nuggets do play again tomorrow against the Phoenix Suns, and that, again, should be an easy win for the Nuggets. The Suns have not lived up to their preseason expectations. They're only 25-25. They're one of those teams that every single year people are saying that they're going to be great. It's certain teams, the Suns, the Warriors. You see it a lot with the Sixers. There are certain teams where every single preseason they're expected to do very well, and they just don't live up to that. The Phoenix Suns went to the finals a couple of years ago, and they haven't gone back since. They haven't played well. This should be an easy win for the Nuggets tomorrow, and that's who I've definitely got winning that game. Now, another great win last night. The Avalanche got the W, beating the Calgary Flames 4-2. Now, after getting shut out by the Canucks on Tuesday, the Avs got back on track against Calgary in their first matchup of the season. Now, the Flames went up 1-0 in the first period, but in the second, the Avs put up 3 unanswered goals from Cale Makar, Arturi Lehkonen, and Martin Necas. Got to pronounce that name. Got to get there. Now, Necas scored again midway through the third period, which ended up being the dagger in that game. Now, the Avs continuing their Canadian road trip. They are going tonight to take on the Edmonton Oilers in another game that's going to be tough. Now, the Avs are heading into this game as 1-point underdogs, and that game will begin at 7 p.m. That's going to be a great game. Obviously, they got Draisaitl. They got a stacked team. But the Avs are out there, and they are one of those teams that's going to be able to beat whatever team you throw at them. The Avs are one of those teams. The Avs are made, are constructed, are built to take down great teams. They are a playoff. They're built for playoffs. That's how I'll put that. The Avs can go out there when everybody's playing at the top of their game. When Mackenzie Blackwood's playing at the top of his game, there's nobody that can beat this team. So I've got the Avs, despite them being underdogs. That's who I've got winning tonight. But that's going to do it for your Denver Sports Daily. The new showtime, again, next Monday. I will not be here at 10 a.m. We're moving an hour early. It's going to be at 9 a.m. Tune in live. If you don't catch it live, it is still on our YouTube. Just go into past lives. You'll be able to see that, comment on it. Let me know what you're thinking. If you like the showtime, if you don't like it, if it works better for you, that's awesome. But stay in it. I love it. And then I always do read all the comments when you guys comment on that. So please let me know what you guys think. If you have any ideas, let's see. I do want to read some of your comments here. Good morning, Joey. No surprises with the honors except for Eli Manning in my mind. That's ridiculous that Eli Manning isn't like it's actually shocking that he wasn't a Hall of Fame announcement. It's just incredible that he wasn't. So that is a big shock. Other than that, not really. I think Kevin O'Connell for Coach of the Year could be discussed. Dan Quinn for Washington was one of those. I think that Sean Payton should have had a better chance at that because what he did this season was incredible. Again, Kevin O'Connell, obviously amazing season with you're making Sam Darnold, a great player. That's another one. I think that instead of Joe Burrow winning Comeback Player of the Year, I thought Sam Darnold should have won Comeback Player of the Year. But, there's always going to be things like that, not everybody's going to agree with. So, yeah, no, I definitely agree with you there. Let's see. Joey, Marty Necas was dominant last night. Hopefully people are starting to realize just how great a player he is. He is, and I can't remember the exact numbers, but I was looking at the stats of before the trade and after the trade for everybody involved with that Mikko Rantanen trade. When the players that the Avalanche got are performing much better than they were on the Hurricanes. And now Mikko Rantanen is performing much worse. He's scoring about at half the efficiency that he was before. So it really that's a good thing overall. The Avalanche have that ability when they bring people into this system to be able to improve how efficient they are. So that's showing great. Necas was dominant last night. Incredible. He was looking great. Yeah, right here. Since the trade, Necas 8 points, Mikko 2. And part of that goes the Hurricanes are not good. You know, obviously Mikko, it's probably pretty shocking to him. I can't imagine being able to spend most of your time, all of your time on one team and growing so close to that, and then having to go all the way across the country and play in a totally different system. So definitely different for Mikko, but Necas just coming in and doing exactly what he needed to do. It was a huge trade. Now that's going to do it for your Denver Sports Daily. I will be back with you guys again on Monday, recapping the Super Bowl. It's going to be huge. Super Bowl, obviously, biggest weekend of the year. And then obviously recapping some of the Nuggets and Avalanche games this weekend. They should be good. Hoping for an Avalanche win tonight. It's going to be hard, but I really think that they can do it. Now that's going to do it for your Denver Sports Daily. I'll be back with you guys again on Monday. Until then, y'all have a great rest of your day and great weekend. Bye, y'all.